Hi there, welcome to Hyundai Power Equipment. My name's Adrian and today we're going to look at the HYM41P lawnmower. No time like the present, let's get the parts out of your box then, shall we? So I've laid everything out on the table here so you can see exactly what you're getting. First of all, you have the mower unit itself, and it has a two-part handle that needs a little assembly, so you've got the top half of the handle and the bottom half attached to the machine. Next we have the 55-litre grass catching bag. We have a spark plug spanner for changing the spark plug with its handle. A quick start guide which explains, the basics of how to get it started quickly. We have the user manual. Now, along with the quick start guide, we do recommend that you read the user manual. It's got lots of health and safety hints and tips, how to use it, and basically explains everything that's in the quick start guide as well. There's a little safety sheet here, health and safety, explaining the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning, all the things about don't use it inside, all that sort of thing. And then quite important is your warranty registration form. Now you can simply fill this in and post it back to us, or you can fill it in online as well, all the details are here, or you can actually phone through with your details as well, but all the details are on this sheet for registering your warranty. That's quite important. Okay, that's pretty much what you get in your box. The first thing we're going to do is look at the handle assembly. Okay, let's make a little bit of room here. Right, this part here, which is loose on top, the U-shaped piece, is the lower part of the handle, and that's what we're going to deal with first. So I'll just put it here out of the way for a moment. This is the upper part of the handle. What I'm going to do is rotate it over and out of the way over here. It's attached by its throttle cable, and it's all pre-assembled, the throttle cable, so there's nothing to do as far as adjustment or anything like that with the throttle cable, and that's why it's connected, and I've put it over here out of the way. Right, lower part of the handle, I'll just pull the plastic back. It's quite handy to keep it on, it saves you scratching anything when you put it together or what have you. First thing I'm going to do is remove these two hand wheels on the ends of the frame, and the spacers and the bolts. Just put them to one side for a moment. There we are, anti-clockwise, remove the hand wheel, the spacer and the bolt. Okay, what we're going to do, this is the area in which the frame fits. I'll just offer it up to show you what we're going to do. We're going to put it here with the grey handle on the outside of these two metal brackets. Once I've got it in place, I'm going to feed these bolts through the lined up holes, and it should just sit in place. So we'll get on and do that now. There we are, that one that side, in place. Feed the bolts through, as I said. You may have to just have a quick look through the hole and see if you can get the hole in the handle and the hole in the bracket together. There we are, that's one in. Let's pop the other one in the other side. I've pulled the plastic back out of the way, as you can see, so I'm not trapping it. A bit fiddly. Can't see from where I am. There it is, somewhere by there. There we go. And that's the two bolts in position. There we go. With the spacers, you'll see that they've got a semicircular shape one side and they're flat on the other. Semicircular shape matches up and goes with the semicircle of the tube. So put the spacer on and tighten up the hand wheel in a clockwise direction. There we go, that's that side done. Fairly tight with these, you don't have to sort of wrench them, but just tight enough so that they're not going to vibrate loose and you're going to lose the hand wheel. Here we go, and that's the lower part. Next thing we're going to concern ourselves is the upper part of the handle joining to the lower. So much the same operation, remove the bolts and the hand wheels. And the spacers. Remove this plastic clip, we'll just keep that to one side for the moment. And then move the plastic out of the way. There we are, I'll just move it up to the top there out of the way for now. This is most important. I can't just lift this up and put it on here, because this cable will be going around the back of the bar. When we fold the handle up for storage, for compact storage, it'll crimp the cable over the bar. So what you need to do at this stage, bring this upper handle through the hole in the lower handle and up to here. Now, as you can see here, my cable now comes over the top, over the top, over the top, and this handle is below the cable. We don't want it going under the cable. There we are. So that's the reasoning behind that. So much the same. Sit that there. Put a little bolt in there, maybe start it off with. That one in there. Bolt from the inside going out. And that's that through there. I'll just hold that with my hand. The space is exactly the same. Semicircular side towards the frame. And on with the hand wheel, fairly tight. As I said, you don't want it vibrating loose and you're losing one of the hand wheels while the mower's running. Spacer again, exactly the same as we did before on the bottom part of the frame. On with the spacer, clockwise direction. Somewhere around there. There we go. And tighten up the hand wheel. Right, there's one final step to do now, once we've put the top and bottom handle together. And that's this little clip we talked about earlier on. Basically, your cable's coming up this side of the mower, clip's got a little groove in the top, and it's basically a little cable tidy clip and it keeps the cable tidy there. When you want to stow the mower, it takes up a lot less room. You can loosen the two handles off. You need to loosen them off a fair way. A little bit more. And you will see a little bit more. And same with that one. Maybe not that far. That the handle will fold over for easy storage and be more compact. Now, as you can see, the cable, if it were going under there and I bent it over, it would be stretching the cable around this bar and that would be bad. That's the reason we brought the handle up and through, so the cable now goes along the top of the lawnmower. And that would be the storage position. Okay, so that's the handle assembly. The next thing we need to do, and this is vitally important, is to add engine oil to the machine and of course petrol. This machine is delivered without any oil in the engine, so it's vitally important that you add the engine oil before you even contemplate starting the machine. So I'll show you how to do that. Let's spin it round so you can see where the dipstick is. Right, here is the dipstick. Unscrews anti-clockwise. Now this is the dipstick itself, and this is where you put the engine oil in. Now we suggest you pour engine oil in very slowly. Now it's a 1540 or 1030 engine oil. Hyundai recommend Morris lubricants, but a 1540 or a 1030 engine oil. Now pour it in slowly and give the oil time to go down to the tube into the engine itself. And then using the dipstick, you'll see that there are a series of cross-hatched graduations on the dipstick. We need the oil level to be at the top of these graduations, at the top of the cross-hatching. To dip it to test, don't screw it in, just place it back in the tube and then lift it out again. And we're looking for it to be at the top of this cross-hatched area, and that will be the full point. So that's the engine oil. Once you've got the engine oil to the correct level, as I said, pour it in very slowly so it's got time to settle down to the bottom. Otherwise you're just dipping the dipstick into the oil that's still in the tube. Okay, just a good little tip there. So, having filled it with engine oil, 1540 or 1030 engine oil, retighten the dipstick, we won't get any nasty leaks. Next thing to do is to put fuel in your lawnmower. Now then, this is a filler cap. Clean, fresh, unleaded petrol. Nothing else, no additives, anything like that. This is a 4-stroke engine, so no 2-stroke additives. It's a 99cc Hyundai engine, great little unit, but clean, fresh, unleaded petrol. Once you fill it with fuel, don't fill it to the very top, you know, give yourself sort of 20 mil or whatever, because you don't want to splash over the top. Another little safety tip. Never fill the engine with petrol when the engine is hot. If you do accidentally pour too much in and you get a big splash, the exhausts do get very hot on petrol engines. You know, we don't want a fire, we don't want flames. If you do spill fuel, before you start it, make sure you dry it up and give it plenty of time to evaporate before you start the machine. So let's have a look at the controls and how to operate your lawnmower. There are 3 main controls. Let me show you them in order. You'll see a little red primer bulb here. This basically injects a little bit of fuel into the carburetor for starting. Typically, if you've just filled it up with fuel and oil, you would need to push it 5 times. And it basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would pretty much prime the carb ready for use. Okay, so that's that feature. Then you have the pull starter itself. Now, there's a little pigtail up here, and you can pull out pull starter cord, and it simply wraps around the pigtail and sits up here, which is much closer to where you will be when you're operating the lawnmower. That's that. So that's the pull starter, the primer. This handle here is the engine kill lever. Basically, it's like an operator present lever. The engine will only start when this lever is back, and you need to hold the lever back for the whole duration when you need the engine running. If at any time you let go of this lever, the engine will stop. So when you come to empty the grass basket or what have you, you let go of this handle, the engine stops, and then it's quite safe to, you know, come into the sort of danger zone of the mower, as it were. Okay, so to start the mower, 5 pushes on the primer button, pull the lever back, and pull start. Once the mower has started, you're pretty much ready to go, and you can push and do whatever you like, cut your grass and what have you. When you want to stop the mower, let go of the handle and the mower stops. It's a fixed speed engine governed to a certain fixed speed, so there's no throttle, none of that to worry about, purely a start-stop lever. Just to recap, to start, 5 pushes, pull that lever back, pull start it. To stop the mower, let go of the lever, and that's pretty much the operating of it. So next we'll go through a few of the features of this mower. First of all, it comes with a large 55 litre catching bag. You may find that it needs a little bit of assembly. As you can see, there's a little clips on this bag which fold off and what have you, and sometimes they're delivered, let's just do it for you, they'll be delivered sort of flattened like this to get it in the box easier. But you just simply take it from the inside and clip these little plastic things over the metal bar. 2, 3, and back on again. And that's pretty much the assembly. It's pretty obvious when you see it. To fit the bag, lift the rear flap, and you'll see that there are 2 silver bars either side. Okay, and 2 hooks on the basket itself. So to fit it, we hook the 2 hooks over the bar, put the flap down, and that's the basket fitted. Okay. Another good feature on this lawnmower is that it's got a single point height adjustment. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 height positions. And to adjust it, 1 point raises the whole mower up. Not getting spanners out or anything like that. One handle does it all level, all in one go. So you'd have bottom position, somewhere in the middle, and the highest position. So whatever length of grass you got, quick change, and you're there, you've got the height that you want for cutting. Let's put it somewhere in the middle. There we are. As I said earlier, 99cc Hyundai 4-stroke engine. Durable little unit, this, really good. It's got a 410mm cutting width. So, you know, a fairly sort of mid-sized mower. Nice soft grip handle, and as I said, all the operating controls are very easy to handle, not much bending down. Basket's easy to remove, the whole rest of it. That's pretty much the features of the mower, how to operate it, how to get out of the box and assemble it. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I've been Adrian, and happy mowing.